Hi everyone, my name's Anne-Marie. Welcome to FabScraps Card Making Project 14. In this episode we're going to be using the Days Gone By collection because every week we're alternating between the two collections that are available at the moment, between Love Story and Days Gone By, and this week it's Days Gone By. Now also there's an extra video for this week and we've got a technique, a stenciling technique, so please be sure to check that out. And I also challenge you to stencil something and tag me in it, because I want to see what you create, because I create for you all the time. I'd like to see some of your creations. So using 3 colours of ink, I'm looking for you to just stencil something. It's just for fun. You don't win anything or anything, but I just want to see what you make, because it's nice and I like giving you ideas and I like seeing how you use those ideas. So today's card using the Days Gone By collection is quite modern. It's a very easy card, I think, and it is quite modern in its look, when it's finished. And I know the Days Gone By collection is a darker collection with the darker colours and the darker green, but I think it's still got a touch of the old modern feeling at the end of this card, and it's very easy. It's very easy to create this. It's quite a quick one. I think you'll like this one, and you would be able to give it your own unique creative spin as well. So everything I use I should put in my blog. Please say hello on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram. You know where I am. All the links are at the end of the video, and it is lovely hearing from you, and I'm looking forward to seeing your stenciling. That's quite exciting, is that? So without further ado, sit back, relax, and let's have a look at today's gorgeous project. So today's project we're going to be using the FabScraps Days Gone By collection. We're going to make a gorgeous card, but it's a very easy card. And when it's put together you'll think, oh, that was quite quick, compared to some of the projects that I do. Now I've taken a 5x7 or 7x5 inch ivory card, because I think the Days Gone By collection is more of an ivory base paper than a white paper, and I just think ivory works really well with it. I've put my handmade by stamp on the back from Anna Griffin. I've added my name, and this is Fab 14, and we're going to just create the inside first. Now you might have already just seen the project that I've just done, the technique to show you about the stenciling of the dragonflies. So for the front of the card, and it shows you how I've decorated the front. So for the inside, I've cut a piece of ivory cardstock, which is just about an inch smaller than the inside of the card, maybe just a bit less, and I've stenciled 2 of the dragonflies on it. Now I've also taken a stamp from my stash. I wanted a 1-line stamp that was quite a small wording, and it just says "from all of us." So it could be any occasion, it doesn't have to say all of us. And I've stamped it 4 times. You'll see why I've done positional stamping when we're finished. However, at home you would probably do your stamping after to be able to get your position. I've just done it now for the beauty of video, to be able to have it there ready, so that we're not stamping as well to make the video extra long. So I've got the inside of my card, so that's why this has got stamping on, and I'm just adding the inside to the card using flat tape like so, and press it down. Now in the Days Gone By collection there's some embellishments on some of the papers, and there's some lace. I've cut this lace out, and there's 2 sizes, there's a small and a large. This is the smaller of the 2 laces, and all I've done is cut it out, and then I've snipped into the actual sides. I don't know if you can see that for the detail, like so. Maybe see it on the back, to make like a frill edge. And then I'm going to add this through the centre. Well, it's not quite the centre. through the side-ish part of our card, like so, and press it down. It's just got flat glue on, but the little bits at the side raise up a little bit to make it kind of, I'm trying to say tufty, but I don't mean tufty. Just gives it a little bit of a feel. Then I've taken some of the scrap elements that I've got from Days Gone By collection. I've cut out a shape using a shaped square die, like that. And then I've cut out an inch square. I've added the shape on top of the square. I've inked the edges of the square just to give it a little bit of colour. All the squares were ivory. And then I've just inked them in different colours to create just these little shaped squares. So I've got 4 of them, and I'm going to add them inside of our card. And I'm going to add them roughly about there, I would say, and maybe the bottom one edge to edge, and then 2 more for either side, like so, and then the final one. As I said, they were all just scrap paper from what I had left for the Days Gone By collection. Now that's our insert finished. How quick and easy was that? There's room for your message, your to and your from. Something very different, but quite modern, using our Dragonfly stencil in the background and those gorgeous shaped squares with our paper. Now we can turn our attention to the front of the card. Now it's going to match perfectly. I know I always say that, but it really is. The background for our card is our Dragonfly stencil. Now I've got to say, if I wanted to make a really quick card, I would make the Dragonfly stencil layer like that, and I would simply add a message. Last week we used some gorgeous ticker tape stamps. That would look really cool and it would just be so impressive. But we're going to carry on and we're going to cover up our dragonflies slightly. Well, quite a lot really. So for anybody who doesn't like to cover up the patterns, this might not be for you. We've got a strip of embellishment lace that was in the actual Days Gone By collection. I've fringed the edge. I don't know if you can see that. So I've cut the edge, taken a little bit of time and trouble to fringe it all. And I'm just going to add this through the centre of our card. Turn the tape over at the bottom. So that will go just through the centre like that. I know, covering those gorgeous dragonflies, but what can we do? Then I've taken one of the actual sentiment panels that there are in the collection. These don't have sentiments on, they're like a panel that ready for you to add your different embellishments, etc. And I've stenciled our dragonfly on the front and then used heat emboss gold embossing powder. And how cool does he look? I really do like that dragonfly. And it's something a little bit different. Now I've got this on flat tape, not raised. As I say, it's quite a quick card really. And we're going to add the panel just through the centre, like that. Now, in the centre, in the inside of the card, we've got our little squares. Now for the outside, what I've done, instead of cutting out the squares and sticking them on flat, I've got them on 3D foam onto the back. And there's 4 of them. One of them I've stamped. Again, it's just a stamp I've got in my stash, and it says Celebrate. And I've used it on one of the papers from the Days Gone By collection. And then I've got another 3 of the shapes. And I'm just adding those. These are on the 3D foam. And the final one, just for the bottom, sits in there nicely. There we go. And you know what? That's our card finished. Very modern, very different. Stands up. The inside matches perfectly to the outside. It shouldn't cost a great deal in postage because we've only got one layer on it. We haven't got lots of flowers. I think, you know what, you could get away with a masculine card for this as well. It will go great for a guy's card. You could back it with a little bit of darker paper around the edge where you've stenciled, or use the darker colours. You could change this and tweak this to whatever you think. But I just think the shape of the squares works so well, and just something very different. And hopefully it's given you a few ideas, especially with the dragonfly background and the techniques of how we've created it. Please give me the thumbs up if you've enjoyed it. Please check the blog for lots of photos. I shall take photos of inside and outside, etc. And there's so many more projects on there. Give me the thumbs up if you've enjoyed it. Let me know what you think. And I know you're all very vocal, and I like that. So I like hearing whether you've liked it or whether you haven't liked it. Because not everything can be everybody's cup of tea. So there will be certain elements that you think, that's great, or I don't like that bit, or I would do that differently. That's what makes us all unique. I just want to feed you the ideas for you to go off and think, oh, I'm going to do that. Because that's how I feel. I sometimes look at my projects and think, oh yeah, I could go do that. And that's what I do. And that's how it works for many of us, I know. So I'd just like to say thank you for watching this gorgeous project, and I shall see you next time.